up for Guy.
This poem is dedicated to my big sister. So, I remember when we were kids, and I would chase you down the stairs, and once I got to you, we would always pull each other's hair, but it was nothing bad. It was in a fun way, because even after all the fighting, we always found a place to play. And I remember one night, we looked up at the moon, and you showed me the dark side of the moon, and I couldn't see it, and I would just stare. And you told me that just because I couldn't see it didn't mean it wasn't there. Then we got a little older, and you told me that as the oldest child, you were supposed to be the soldier who couldn't blow her composure. And then we started talking less, and we started having less conversations. And then you told me that you felt like you were developing some depression. And I told you that you just had an obsession with having all the attention. Then you got a therapist, and I told you you were overreacting even though I saw the cuts on your wrist. Then one day, you told me that you were feeling really depressed and that you didn't want to live anymore, and that you were better off dead. And I chuckled and I told you that you gotta be more realistic, and I shook my head. And then one day you said, "Guy, please, I need help." You said that you needed to talk to me, and that you didn't want to live no more, and that instead of acting like everything was sunshine and rainbows, to show more support. And I told you that I didn't have time, and that I was busy, and that I just needed to be alone and just to deal with it on your own. And then some time went by. I was hanging out in my room, and then I hear my dad screaming from your bedroom. He said your name over and over again. And I run to your room, and I see you lying there on the floor unconscious. And my dad was sitting there crying while you laid there breathless. And I walked up to you, and I tried to revive you. And I said, "Stav, please wake up." By the time the officer showed up, he pronounced her dead at 4 o'clock. And he said, "Your sister Stav Reuven is dead." And I was like, man, I can't believe what he just said. And I would cry for weeks. I wouldn't even be able to get out of bed, let alone let go of the thought of her dead body in my head. I thought to myself, wow, I wish I was a better brother. I wish I listened. But instead, now I lay alone and I watch the dark side of the moon. And then I come home to a house with an empty room. And my whole life kind of went upside down. You know, it went from happiness to a broken family, and now my sister's in the ground. And then me and my mom, we found all of my sister's art. And I decided that I'm gonna take it my duty to post it and share it after I found all of it in the closet. And then I created a clothing brand out of her art that raised over $6,000 to suicide prevention and depression research nonprofits. And I said, Stav, look, I created this clothing brand of your art, but that still didn't fill the missing piece that you left in my heart. Now that I got older, I feel like I'm supposed to be the soldier who can't blow his composure. And I know that somewhere, sometime, I know I'll see you again soon. But for now, I know you're watching over me from the dark side of the moon. Thank you.